Greetings and salutations, friends. Character NPC, your host, back at the gaming table, ready to continue the campaign. It's been an interesting one so far. The storyline's been developing on its own. I haven't really interjected much into it, and that excites me for a solo campaign. It's really actually pretty cool. Though the last few days, pretty much since we've left Aratar, there really hasn't been... There's only been one encounter, and of course it was at midnight. No, I take that back. It was in the evening. It was not at midnight, fortunately, so we didn't... we were able to rest through the night and gain spells and everything. But anyway, the only encounter was with some pilgrims, and not really a battle, so we've been lucky. But the fog seems to be ominous. And so, friends, let's talk about that fog for a minute. The weather has been really influential on the campaign so far. I've really enjoyed using it. It's the first time I can't remember playing a game where another DM used weather that I played in, but I've really enjoyed using it myself. I think it's added a lot of flavor to the game, and in this case, it's really impacted our travel time and vision and this kind of stuff. So, having left Elfwine to pick up the golden receptacle of St. Cuthbert from Aratar and bring it back, we are now just beyond this hex side here, just beyond it, just 2.5 miles into hex 1422 right here. So at 15 miles a day, full movement, the fog the past 3 days in a row, light fog, or has 2 days, maybe 2 days. Anyway, the point to this is that fog plays into this idea that there are opposing forces who know that we were coming for this golden vessel that helps priests create holy water that we're taking back to the Church of St. Cuthbert in Elfwine. That's basically our mission, our quest, whatever you want to call it. That's our job at the moment, is to bring this back. And these opposing forces know about this and have been watching us. That was confirmed through a rumor that I got while we were in Aratar from Prefect... gosh, now I'm forgetting his name. From the Prefect there. Yeah... Didn't write his name down anywhere handy. Gosh, what was his name? Prefect. Oh, golly. Prefect Emil Burns. Prefect Emil Burns acknowledged that we were being watched and just said that there were opposing forces who knew what we were doing. So ominous. And then to have the weather come up with this light fog for several days has really made it interesting, and I'm anticipating. I'm really kind of squirming in my chair about what it is. what are the opposing forces, and is there an arch nemesis, against the party or something? It's going to be so cool when we figure this all out. I'll probably use the Tome of Adventure Design to work out who that is, so, not metagaming here, just coming up with something to add to the storyline. But so cool. And so, like I said, friends, we are just about 2.5 miles into Hex 1422, and it's the beginning of the day. We didn't have any encounters yesterday. If you're not familiar with First Edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, there are rules already in the back of the Dungeon Master's Guide that discuss when random encounters should be rolled for the particular terrain and adventure type that you're on. In this case, we're on an outdoor overland adventure. So in a moderate to sparse area that's patrolled, like we're on this path, that well-worn path that runs from Elfwine to Aratar, that merchants trade pilgrims, it's a patrolled area here. So it's under the patrolled category, and that makes it a D12, and on a 1 we have an encounter. So back to what I was saying, we didn't have any encounters for the past couple of days except for some pilgrims. So we've been real lucky so far, because as a first level party, you can see here on the right hand side of the screen, Svaldi Mundai, our magic user, only has 2 hit points and of course a 10 armor class, so he doesn't even have a high enough dex to get a +1 for his, or his -1 to his AC for dexterity or anything. So he's in dire straits pretty much. As soon as the enemy finds out he's a magic user, he's probably a dead man. But we'll see how this all plays out. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, and so what we need to do for today is to figure out what is going on with the weather. So we take an 8-sider and a 10-sider and add 4, that's 7. So 42 plus 7 would be 49 for the high. So it's getting colder. Even though it was clear before, we still had this light fog for 3 hours of yesterday. 49 is our high, and 2 plus 4 is 6. 42 minus 6 is 36. And we roll for, at least it's not going to freeze. Roll for our cloud cover. Sky conditions, 84 is cloudy. And it's really cool that here we have our highs coming down, 49, and it's cloudy, so it just makes sense. And we roll for precipitation. We want over 44, 51, thankfully. So no precipitation. That means that the fog has lifted finally, and that would bring us back to full movement. Woohoo. And of course, we'll have our encounters morning, evening, and midnight chances, just like it says here on the chart. For planes. And things have been quiet through the night. So as the sun rises. Usually it's our ranger who gets up first, rising early, and Jorbus Bicklemole, the only demi-human gnome in the party, feeds the mule, takes care of the mule, and we roll for our morning encounter as the prayers begin, personal prayers from all of the followers of St. Cuthbert. The gnome is the only one who's not following St. Cuthbert. He's following the gnomish god Bervin Wild Wanderer, if you know anything about gnome deities. And so we roll the morning encounter. 9. No. Got away with it again, as I say. Yes. So we load up and begin traveling down the path. Really it would be up the path because we're heading, starting to head back into the hills again, even though these are clear spaces. This is kind of like a low-lying area with the hills all around on either side. And the old silver mine that's been abandoned up here, you can see this little square at the head of this little tributary of the Adsolata stream. From this beautiful map from Judge's Guild that I had back in the day, never even used it. You know, ironically, as a kid, I never even used this map. I had the entire set, and they were both, they called them Judge's Guild, right? So instead of DM or some people today, they call them Game Masters instead of Dungeon Masters. I always call them Dungeon Masters, but they called them Judges back in the day. So the Judges map, which is this one, and then the player's map, which would be mostly blank, and they would have to fill in. But I got rid of all the blank ones. It just didn't make any sense to me at the time, and I didn't use the Judges Guild stuff very much. You can see about that in another stream. And it's cloudy, but it's, you know, a little cool, and we're happy, you know, we're making our way home, and everything is good. And Balda and Tiny here in the two clerics with us that we picked up in Aratar, who are, you know, praying and chanting over the vessel, the basin, the receptacle, as I called it. You hear them chanting away, and Aetbert, Cuthman, our cleric, and the other cleric, Willam Pembroke, they are at the front of the procession, in front of the, you know, forward of the mule, and they are jubilating and praising St. Cuthbert, and anyone that we meet, you know, we pass by, although we don't really encounter that within the scope of the rules for encounter chances for random encounters. You know, we do still occasionally see people or hear people and things, and so we're often, you know, watched, looked at, or whatever you want to call it. Watched isn't the right word to use because I use that for the enemies that were scoping us out from the edge of the firelight, and I don't really mean that. I mean, like, you know, the passers-by are watching us and looking at what's going on with all this prayer and chanting and such, and this obviously really elaborate wagon here that's holding the box containing the vessel. And thankfully, traveling the whole day, we make it for our full 15 miles for the first time in 3 days. I think it's actually the first time, first time in 3 days. We make it our full 15 miles, so we'll be at 17 and a half miles in once we begin the next day. But first, it becomes that time in the evening when the sun starts to get low and the crickets start to come out more, and we pull off to the edge of the cart path about 200 yards away, a little bit closer to the hills, and we set up camp and light our fire. And as we eat and Balda and Tiny end their days chanting and prayers, we roll for our evening encounter. No. Might be another good day. Things are moving along. Now, of course, as evening continues on and everyone goes to bed, we have someone on guard. Let's see who that is. 3. Aetbert Cuthbert again. Man, like two nights in a row now, I want to say. Aetbert gets on watch a lot. It seems to be Aetbert and Asher Wildwood. Man, I'm just dead set on calling him Winwood. Asher Wildwood is also on watch a lot. But regardless of whether we have a ranger in the party named Steve Winwood or whether he's Asher Wildwood, which he actually is, we have to roll for a midnight encounter. Oh. And we make it. And so, dear friends, that puts us 17.5 miles into the next hex. And we begin a new day. Oh, and you know what, dear friends? Dear friends. We just left Cold Even, and now we are starting Growfest. Growfest is a short month. Very short, as a matter of fact. Only 1 week, really. So let's mark off the 28th. The first day of Growfest. Really hadn't anticipated it being a new month. First of Growfest. a star day. And we are headed for, if this is 1422, 1323. All right. And if we move our entire 15, we'll actually be 2.5 miles into the next hex. Right, let's see, 15, yeah, we'll be 2.5 miles in at the end of this day. So we will get our weather ready. As daylight comes up, that is 48, so it's still pretty cool. Oh wait, let's see, cold even, planting. They called it planting. And they don't actually show Growfest on this calendar, so I wonder when Growfest was added. Or I guess we'll just stick with cold even until we get to planting, because planting is definitely low summer. So this weather table and everything, this is coming out of the Dragon magazine. This is straight out of the Dragon magazine, number 68. So I trust it. This I printed off of Donjon. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this was updated, maybe this is from, and you know, there were box sets of Greyhawk versus the folio and such, so maybe this was added in later. I can't say why that is. But since it's not here, I'm just going to stick with this being cold even until we get to out of this week, and that would be planting for sure. And if you look back at cold even, it's still 4 weeks, and this is 4 weeks. Yeah, I'm not sure how to explain that. If you're familiar with the Greyhawk calendar and why Growfest is here, this particular number 68 of the Dragon magazine was still back in the early 80s, I want to say 81, maybe 80, 81, somewhere in there. Anyway, we'll stick with it, and now I've forgotten what I rolled, but it was a 48, so I'll re-roll the 10-sider for the low. 7 plus 4 is 11, so a 31. And sky conditions, 54, partly cloudy. And precipitation, oh, it's perspiring on us. Let's see what it is. Dang, I thought we were going to make it through that hex today. 75. Thunderstorm. Temperature minimum 30, we've got that. 15% chance of continuance. I need to be rolling for rainbows after these things, but 15%. So thunderstorm. Uh, 15% chance to continue. And let's see how long and what the effects are. Thunderstorm down here, it says precipitation amount in inches. See, that is so heavy. To be 8 inches in 4 hours, that's just extreme if you know anything about flooding. 6 inches. We're definitely going to be down to half movement. Yep, see, half movement. So it'll be 6 inches in 1 hour. Wow. So we're back down to half movement. Sadly. And yeah, that means we're not going to make it out of this hex, are we? No, we're just not. So first thing we need to do is, as everyone gets up, and again, we have our personal prayers to St. Cuthbert, and a little less jubilation this morning with it storming and the rain. We're not feeling quite as jubilant as we have previously, and it's still a bit cold, but we don't have an encounter, thankfully. So we just got to keep chugging along. And as the partly cloudy skies fill with thunderstorms and rain and all that, it was only for an hour, but 6 inches of rain. Now we've got to wait for things to improve again, where the fog, at least I had ruled as a solo DM that my house rule of the path drying every day, 25% every day, or 1/4% every day, that there isn't precipitation other than fog. So, if it, in this case, it's half movement, right? So if tomorrow it doesn't rain, then it would move up to 3/4 movement, and then the following day without rain would be full movement again. So we're destined to be slogging it out in the mud again, especially with this wagon. Let's see what half movement is for the wagon. I'm sure it's a lot better than ours. We've been moving at our foot rate. A wagon, 25. Yeah, see, half movement's still going to be more than us. Quite a bit more. 1250. But eventually, as time rolls on, and the skies clear up a little bit. The rain stops. And Balda and Tiny probably attribute it to good St. Cuthbert making the rain go away, helping us out a little bit. But it's a long, hard day. If you've ever walked through the mud at any distance, you can become tired pretty quick, and mud sticks to your boots. Your feet become very heavy. It's pretty debilitating overall. I don't suggest doing it. Let's put it that way. But finally, it's the end of the day, and we do the usual. We try to get that wagon pulled off about 200 yards to the south of the road, 400 yards or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 500 yards from the river itself. And we start our fire, try to start drying out. And there's no encounter. Even the bad guys don't want to come out in the rain, in the mud. Maybe giant platypuses were in the monster manual. I don't think so. I have to look them up, but maybe. Or Muddy Mud Skipper, if you remember Ren and Stimpy. But then it's time to set watch, and everybody goes to bed. Again, see? Aetbert Cuthman on watch. He's just a man's man cleric. You know, he's like, he's not at the top of his game, but being first level and being, you know, kind of direct, and he's a man of action. He's making a name for himself so far. I know St. Cuthbert is watching him. All of the create waters and things that he does to help the party out, it's working for him. And we roll for our evening encounter, our midnight encounter. No, another full day's rest, and we're ready to cast Create Water in the morning too, since it's been a couple days now. What does that make this? The second Grow Fest. Sunday. Still in Hex 1422, and 24.5 miles in. 25 miles in, actually. Heading to 1323. So we're only 5 miles out. And we have 15% chance. Let me do this right. 15% chance for continuations of the thunderstorm. No, it does not continue. And it says for thunderstorms, 20% chance of a rainbow. Nope, no rainbow. And so that puts us, oh, we needed to actually roll weather since it didn't continue. Let's see, we're going to stick with cold even until we get to the next, to planting. So we have plus 10 is 52, a little warmer today. And minus 6, which makes it 38. Oh wait, no, 36. Sky conditions, clear. Precipitation, I hope not. No. Which makes us 3/4 movement. Which I am deeming to be 10 miles. That's kind of how I'm doing it. Making it easy on myself. Oops. Okay. And as we get up, anticipating that the day will be better because it's not raining, there's no thunderstorms today, and there's no fog. Oh, but there is a morning encounter just as we're saying prayers. Let's see what it is, friends. '88. Ooh, the dreaded wolves took down one player into unconscious already. It's this 18 move, man. I mean, they just, yeah. I mean, they just run right up on you. How many are there? 3, same as last time. Three wolves. My mat's starting to get rippled from leaving it around. Alright, friends, what we need now is get us some wolves here. We need to find out what the distance is and roll for surprise. Enemy are always black, and we have a ranger in our party. So we are only surprised on a 1. And we are surprised. The first time that we are surprised. So they are hunting and we don't realize it. Somehow they've crept up on us and they're within 30 yards. So I believe that yeah. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 20 yards. Man, they were silent. And they are right on us. But it doesn't really matter, because with an 18 move, these guys just run up on us. But they've been so quiet, and they're after anything to eat. But I'll say at this point we weren't alerted by the mule, so they haven't attacked the mule yet, or the mule didn't smell them and know that they were there somehow. Not sure how that happened, but we're going to start in this situation, and they will have a turn to come in and attack us before we can do anything. And we will, let's see, we'll do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably going to be these 4 here. So we have 2 on number 2, so 2 on Aetbert, and 1 on Willam. They're after those clerics. 2 Aetbert, 1 Willam. And these guys, they are 2+2 hit dice. +2 hit dice, and Aetbert has an AC of 3, I believe. Yes. 2+2. So they need a 13 to hit. And the first one attacks Aetbert. 19, he hits him. And the second one attacks Aetbert. 2 hits. Oh man, they take him down let's see. Their damage is 2 to 5, so 1 to 4 plus 1. He only has 4 hit points, so this might do him in. Oh, 6 hit points, yes. He screams. One grabs his leg, one grabs his arm, and they just start tearing into him and pulling down to the ground and wrestling with him. But he can't put up a fight. I mean, being surprised, taking 6 points of damage. I knew it couldn't last forever, dear friends. Down to -2. So Aetbert is unconscious and bleeding, and the snarling wolves are just all over him. This other one attacks Willam. A hit. Oh man, terrible. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, and you know what? And I said 6 points, actually, right? I said 4 plus 2 was 6, when really they should have each had an additional +1. So it would be 5 and 3 for 8 points of damage. He's down to -4. He's dead. Aetbert is lying on the ground, just being mauled by wolves. Alright, well, we know they hit Willam too. Let's see how much damage he takes. 3 plus 1, so 4 points. Willam has 8 hit points though, so... he's down half his damage. And he screams out as well, Aetbert! Because they're friends and they went to, you know, basically they went to seminary school together. They studied together to be clerics. Okay, so now it's initiative. Both rolled a 6, so we're tied. And they're going to be faster. I mean, they're just using bites, so they're going to get first attack. And let's see who this one goes after. I think it makes most sense that he's just going to attack the nearest person. He's going to attack Randall, and this one is also going to come and attack Willam. So the one on Randall has also has a 3 armor class, so they need a 13. 14, man, they're getting all the hits. All right. 4 points of damage to Randall. And that's it. Randall is down. He is unconscious again. Wolves. He hates wolves, man. He has like this total fear of wolves he's starting to get now. This is like the second time they take him down. But he also gets to attack, so... let me get in his attack here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and take care of these two. This first one on Willam, 13, misses. Alright, and the second one on Willam, misses. And let's see, Randall being first level fighter. Let's see, first level fighter, and they are armor class 7, I think it is. Yes, armor class 7. Is 13 as well. Needs a 13. So we're all kind of even here. Will he do it? He's using his longsword. Yes, he hits. And he does. Against small, 1.8. Three points. Oh, and I didn't roll their hit points. Dice 2 plus 2. Wow. 12. 14. And he hit, but I did not roll for damage yet. It was 1.8. 5 points of damage. So this one against Randall is down to 9. And now I'm gonna have Willam attack this one. I'll have Asher step up and attack this one. Jorbus Bicklemole, he's going to go ahead and move around. I should have made these declarations already, but these are kind of their modus operandi. Being terrible about stating my intentions. But he's going to use his full movement to try to circle around in a position that he can come up from behind these two without getting attacked himself. So we'll say, you know, he can get back here regardless of being hidden or not. He's not trying to be hidden, he's just trying to come up behind them and get a little bit of an advantage with his short sword. He's drawing a short sword. Can't attack this round. Willam with his hammer against this first one. Also needs a 13. Yes. No, misses with an 8. And Asher Wildwood against this one with his bastard sword. Yes, he hits. Awesome. And I think these are small, if I'm not mistaken. Small, yes. Wargs are medium to large and winter wolves are large, but regular wolves are small. And that makes it 2 die 8. 8 against this one. And so we roll initiative. Oh, sorry. Randall hit, but is now down. And it had his arm and just also just tearing it up. But he's unconscious. And we lose initiative. And so this one just keeps going on. He just moves over to Svaldi Mundai, the magic user. And where's my 20-sider? Against an armor class of 10, he's just gonna maul him. What's he need? Please, please, oh please, don't kill Svaldi. That would just be wrong. They only need a 6. Whew, a 6. Roll under 6. Yes! Yes, I can't believe it. They did not hit him. But he's got nothing to do but attack him with the dagger, so he's not likely to kill him. He's going to shove that dagger in his mouth when it's his turn. Alright, and this one on Willam again, 13, he misses, and this one on Asher Wildwood, he misses. Good job, guys. Now we'll have Svaldi Mundai attack this hurt one. He's a magic user, so he's in this green, or the blue. With the 7 armor class, he needs a 14. 14. No, 12. Dang it. Svaldi, come on. Let's see. Yes, that was Svaldi Mundai. Now Willam. It's a 13. Yes, Willam hits with his hammer. And his hammer against small is 2 to 5 as well. So 1 to 4 plus 1. Five. Max damage. Excellent. That brings this one down to 4. And Willam against the one that's been attacking him. Misses. And Asher Wildwood hits. Yes. 2 in a row for 2 die 8. Finish this guy off, Asher. Yes, he does. He kills this one. Alright, so we have this one dead. I'm just going to move him out. This one is still here attacking, and then the one over here. Jorvis Bicklemole comes in and attacks from behind. And he's a thief, illusionist thief, so he also has a 14. And he misses. So it's initiative. Oh no. I rolled that die right off the table. Hold on. Okay, I was able to find it. All right, so let's roll that again. Can't roll things off the table like that. Oh, tied. And like I said, their weapon speed factor is going to be greater than us. So, though we call it simultaneous, they're kind of getting theirs first. On Zvaldi, what did I say? 10, 6 against Zvaldi. Oh my gosh. Yep, they hit him. Alright. And he only has 2 hit points, so he's very likely dead. Because minimum hit points is 2. But he takes 4, double his hit points. So he's below 0 and unconscious, but he's not dead yet. Man, these wolves are just taking the party out. What did I say? 4 points? Yes. Oh, man. Alright, but he gets his attack. And what did he need again? He needed a 14. And he misses. And he's down and unconscious. And Willam is going to attack this one. Oh wait, this one needed to attack Willam. I think I said everybody gets a 13. Yes. Right, gets 13, but the 1. Oh, yes, he hits Willam and does 4 points. I think he's down. Wolves are ravaging the party. 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, he falls unconscious. Yeah, that's not appropriate music, I don't think. As the party all die from wolf attack. Willam is grabbed in the thigh, and it just tears into his leg and thigh, and just he screams, and it's just gets one more strike on the way down. No, he misses. Asher Wildwood steps up and takes a big swing with his bastard sword and misses, and Jorbus Bicklemole attacks from behind as it starts to wheel, and he misses. So now it's turned around and it's going to attack 1, 2, 3, 4, or we got 6-sided here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, so it's going to be on Jorbus Bicklemole. We win initiative finally. And Asher Wildwood will attack. He misses. Jorbus Bicklemole attacks. 13. Yes, that's what he needed. And this one is undamaged so far, and he needs oh, you know what? This one last time. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. He hit, and he needs to do short sword damage, which is 1d6, I believe. Six. Yes. Two points. Gets no pluses, I don't believe. Jorbus Bicamal. Oh, he does. He gets a +1 to damage. So, he would get more if it was goblins or something. So he does 3 points of damage to it, brings him down to 11. And he's on Jorbus. Okay, and for their attack, he's going to attack Jorbus, of course, and this one is going to run around, and I think the first one that he gets to is here with Jorbus as well. So Jorbus is going to have 2 on him, rather than coming around this way off the map. I don't know why I'm doing that. Actually, I should roll. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So actually, he came around the other way. I don't know why I'm doing it like that, but he comes around this way and tries to attack Asher from behind like this. And that's his attack this turn. This time he's going to attack Jorbus. And he hits. And Jorbus takes 3 points of damage. He only has 4. We have no healing now. We've got the 2 clerics in the cart from Aratar, but they're not helping at the moment. And so I think oh, and the other one attacks. Oh no, that was his movement. That's right. We're good. Now it's initiative. Ooh, and they lose initiative, thankfully. Alright, so I think, boy, I think Asher is just going to continue to try to take this one out. Oh, and he hits him too. Oh, and he takes him out. Definitely takes him out. Oh wait, sorry, I did that wrong. This is why I started putting these letters on here. This one is at 4. And it's this one that I hit. And I did 5, 6, 7. So he is down to 4. Okay. And now this one is on Asher. And we'll have Jorbus take a swing at him. Come on. No, he misses. And that leaves them to attack first on Jorbus. He hits. I think Jorbus is dead. 3 plus 1 is 4. Yep, Jorbus is dead. He's down to 7 hit points. He's down -3. So, yep. Jorbus is dead. Asher Wildwood. This one's going to attack Asher. Hits. Not looking good for the party. 4 points to Asher Wildwood. He has 11 hit points. He has the best, so he might survive this and have to go back with the 2 clerics on his own. We'll see. We got to get out of this first. So he screams, "Ah!" Got him pretty good there. And that was their attack, so it is initiative. And we lose initiative, so they are both on Asher. Front one. Oh, hits. Back one. Misses, even with pluses. Two points. He's down over half. Asher's going to continue to try to take out this front one. Yes. I think that does it, folks. We'll have one down here. Yes, he's just cuts him in half. His bastard sword cleaves into him. He's gone. And it's initiative. And it's tied for initiative, so he's turning around as it attacks him. He misses, but Asher Wildwood twists his blade, ready to make the killing thrust, and he hopefully does. Will we have one party member survive? 3 points. Does he get a plus? Yes, he does. He gets a +1, so he takes him out, stabs him in the back, and he is out as well. So Asher Wildwood ends up killing all of the wolves and is the lone party member to survive that attack. And friends, I hate to leave it on such a sorrowful note, but Asher Wildwood is the only party member left. As you can see here, everyone else is a pile of bodies laying on the ground, bloodied and half mauled by wolves. And I don't know what to say. 3 wolves. See, this is what I mean by first edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons being so deadly, especially on new characters, right? We have, I think, maybe one character that we can bind his wounds and try to help him stay alive, but he's not going to be able to travel unless we put him in the cart, and it's a, it's kind of a holy relic. Relic's not the right word for it, but got this thing is supposed to be traveling with this case, and instead it's going to have bloody dead bodies carried back to Elfwine, most likely. I can't tie him to the side. I don't think Asher would go for that anyway. Yeah, so it is what it is, though. Dice don't lie, and The party is virtually dead. So when I come back for the next stream, I will surmise who can be bandaged and who can't. We know a couple of them are just totally dead. Below -3 in my book is dead. I don't go to the -10 thing. 0 is unconscious. Beyond -3 is dead. If you're down to -3, then okay, we can try to nurse you back to health, but it takes, you know, we don't have surgical rooms or anything, so yeah, it is what it is. Oh well. But as they say, or as I say, that, dear friends, is for another stream. Bye-bye.